everybody. Guess what we are going to do? We're gonna go through my old videos again. I'm recording all of these videos on the same day, so I don't know what to say. We had the lovely, Bob the Caterpillar one. I really like that one, and I would like to do another one because I've got a little bit of time. So let's check out this one. How to remember vocabulary and anything you just want to remember. Okay, that will be interesting. How to remember vocabulary, because recently I made a video about remembering vocabulary, so we can compare those two. Although I don't remember exactly what I said in that one. Because as I said before, I cannot watch my videos back. Hit me, darling. I'm probably gonna do a little demonstration, really. So, I don't remember these things. I just don't remember that. Fucking hell. How is it possible? Like, I know why, because I hated those videos so much. My brain just decided to eliminate every single memory of those. That's why, because I genuinely don't remember this. But we've got the guy here. Here is the star in the video. Say hello. How are you feeling after all those years? Yeah, not too bad. So if I tell you this is a reindeer, right? Well, if I tell it to you like this, or I tell you any other idiom or like a new verb or anything like that, you are not very likely to remember it from my experience. However, if I ask you, what do you know about American Christmas? Do you know how American Christmas get their presents? And you would ask how American Christmas get their present. I guess I wanted to say children. How American children get their presents, right? Oh, actually, it's written in the comment. Yeah, how American children get their presents, and also not sure what a context is. Context, yeah. Using the N at the end of the motion. Oh, okay. Answer something like, oh yeah, there is Santa and he's got a sleigh, and the sleigh is pulled by an animal. I don't know the name, but it is brown and very cute. And one of them has got, red nose, and there is like 7 of them, or how many, 12? I don't know. And then I tell you, oh yeah, that is called reindeer. Then it is very likely that you will remember it forever. Why? Because you've got the image. You've got the image in your head, and there is some emotion attached to it as well. Like, oh my God, Christmas, celebrations, presents, Santa. Oh my God. And it just is like, yeah. I'm just trying to process all of that information, but it's true. It's true. This is what I talked about in the previous video as well. When you are giving somebody vocabulary, and it's my decision to teach you something, you will not remember it as much, right? But when you are having a conversation with somebody and you are telling a story and you are missing a word and you are thinking about the word, like what it is, how can I explain it, how can I describe it, you are creating like stronger connection with that. And then when somebody gives you the word in that moment, you remember it better. And I do this with my students all the time. Because yeah, it works. Like with the reindeer, like if I show you at least a picture, or this guy, yeah, hello, you might remember it as well, because you can see that. But if you have just a written word, then you are not very likely to remember it. At least having a picture, but the best way is just wanting to speak about that, and you want to say it, and you want to know the name of something, and for that reason, like, you have the desire to know what the word is, and you will remember it better. Yeah, so speaking, speak, as I said 300 million times before.
personal, and you just got that association in your head. So the next time you're gonna hear it during a conversation and you hear reindeer, what is that? Oh, Christmas presents, you know, Santa, sleigh. Oh, that is, you know, the oh, sorry, that is, you know, that animal. Oh, reindeer, I know what it is.
Yeah. You're right. She's right. I believe that, because when you hear that word, yeah, the whole story comes. It's not only the written word, like just the letters, it's the whole conversation, the whole story, the whole image, the whole connection comes with that word. You are associating that word with something, so it works much better. Yeah, listen to her, she's clever.
And that applies to everything. Like if you want to learn some idiom, like the one I hate, it's raining cats and dogs. So if we want to remember it, like really, you just have to close your eyes for a moment and just imagine yourself standing on the street. It's raining really, really heavily. You are soaked. Everything is wet, everything is gloomy, it's terrible weather, you just want to go home, you just don't want to be there. And if you just try to like imagine this in your brain, the next time this happens and you see this weather outside, again, your brain will just quickly, you know, just throw it in and you'll be like, oh my God, I'm not going anywhere, it's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, creating the connections. And I think I said it in the last video, because the last step, or one of the last steps in like trying to remember new vocabulary, is creating this sort of connection. When you just spend a little bit more time with the word and you try to feel it, not only translate it, but feel the word and what it means and how you can use it in which situations, like using your imagination or looking for pictures on the internet, or like hearing it from other people when they say those things with a certain emotion or in a certain context, like that helps. And if you make it personal, then it's going to be much more effective. Yeah, so high five. If you agree, high five.
That's just like it. Or I do it mainly with adjectives, especially when it comes to describing people. So for example, let's say there is the word vivacious, beautiful word. So with that one, I would imagine my mum. My mum is so lovely, is the loveliest person in the world. She is so friendly, she is chatty, she's always optimistic and enthusiastic, and when you talk to her, she gives you the great vibes and positivity and just feels so great. So I would think of her, she is lovely and vivacious woman. And the next time, again, if I hear it on TV or someone just says that, vivacious, the association comes to my mum and her great personality, and I'm just gonna, you know, it's automatic. And I'm
not really sure if I'm explaining it the right way in the video, or actually I'm not sure if I'm explaining the things the right way in general. But I agree, especially with the adjectives, and I've got a funny feeling that I mentioned it in the previous video as well, that adjectives, personality traits, find a real person from your life and connect the word to their face. Yeah, and for that reason you will have this association. So when you want to say the word, you will see their face. If you hear the word, you will see their face. And if it's really obvious personality trait of theirs, then you will remember it, yeah, forever. It just really works. It's just like, yeah, maybe there are like easier ways of doing it, but this genuinely works for me.
With the students that I've got from the very beginning, we still, like, they can still remember how they first, you know, came across certain words, because they still remember the full story. They remember the context, they remember how they felt when they were describing it, and it just works. Just
like usually when there is a word that my students don't remember clearly, and I remember the story, I tell them like 2 days ago or during the last lesson we talked about your children and that they were doing something and we were using that word, and they're like, yeah, I remember, what was it, and boom, usually they remember the word because they can recall the story or recall our conversation from the past. So I don't give them the word, I give them the context in order to remember the word. Like, of course, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but in most cases people are able to recall the word when I just, you know, tell them what we were talking about in that moment when they heard it for the first time. It's magic.
perfectly, and I just feel like there is no better way, because you create image, you've got the context.
Oh, here is the context. You've got the context, yes.
Got the emotion.
Emotion. Oh, that's the emotion. Yeah. You've got the context and you've got the emotion.
It's just like, it's just great. So that is my advice, and that is really, that's how we do it. Yeah.
I'm a bit smug. Yeah. That's how we do it, guys. Yeah. Okay. I take that. I take that. I believe her. I still have the same opinion. So I agree with her. Do you agree? Like, I cannot not agree, because that's the way I learned English. That's the way how I do it. So it may not work for everybody. I'm not saying like this is the only way. It works for me. It works for my students. There are probably better ways. I don't know, applications, flashcards or whatever, but I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of feeling the language. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, I will see you next time. So have a fantastic day. Yeah, we are wishing you a wonderful week, and stay happy and healthy, and I will catch you later. Bye.